Welcome to Philosophy Vibe. My name is George, and today I want to do a video that lists my top 10 favourite philosophy of religion movies. So if you follow this channel, you'll know we've done movie-focused videos before. I've covered the top 10 philosophical movies list, I've covered the top 10 metaphysical movies list, I've even done the top 10 philosophical TV shows. So now, I want to dive in and focus specifically on movies that have strong philosophy of religion themes. Now, for those who are not familiar, the philosophy of religion is a branch of philosophy that critically examines the nature and the concepts of religious and theological beliefs. It primarily explores the existence and nature of God on a philosophical level, alongside broader religious topics such as religious experience, religious language, religious ethics, the nature of faith, the problem of evil, and a lot more. So when we're talking about philosophy of religion movies, I'm thinking about films that have strong religious themes that lead to bigger and wider philosophical questions around religion, around God, and around faith. I'm not talking about religious films exactly. This is not a focus on films that are stories from the Bible. These are films that deal with religious philosophical themes. So for the philosophy lovers out there who love watching deep thought-provoking movies, this list is packed with movies around God, Satan, faith and morality. Now, why a movie has made this list: firstly, it will have to have strong philosophy of religious themes, of course, but it will also have to be a good and entertaining film. How well was it directed? How good was the story? How great was the acting? Etc, etc. This is, of course, subjective, but I do think this is a brilliant list of movies that all philosophers must make time for. These movies are powerful and really thought-provoking. I'm going to go through the list and give a brief explanation of the movie and why I have chosen it, but I won't give any spoilers. I will explain aspects of the plot and the philosophy of religion themes that the movie carries, but I won't ruin the films for you. So if you haven't seen any of these films, you can watch this video first and then go and check out the films. And with that, let's begin. Philosophy Vibes Top 10 Philosophy of Religion Movies. In at number 10, we have The Book of Eli. This 2010 film with a top cast starring Denzel Washington, Gary Oldman and Mila Kunis is a great film for those looking for powerful action with strong religious themes. The film is set in a post-apocalyptic world. We are introduced to the main character Eli, played by Denzel Washington. Eli is wandering North America 30 years after a nuclear holocaust. Eli is protecting a very special book that he carries everywhere. When Eli wanders into a town, word gets out to the warlord ruler that Eli is in possession of a very special book. A book that has the power to motivate man, to save man, and to control man. Eli now faces his most dangerous battle to protect this sacred book from getting into evil hands. This is a thrilling movie filled with great action from a great cast. Two of the best actors of all time put on some of the most spectacular fighting and action scenes you can witness. And with this exciting movie, we have these strong themes around religious faith, religious ethics, and human nature. A really cool and captivating movie. If you like action and want to ponder philosophy of religion, then check out The Book of Eli. In at number 9, we have Bedazzled. This movie, released in 2000, starring Brendan Fraser and Liz Hurley, is a hilarious comedy that brings in immense philosophy of religion themes. The movie follows Elliot Richard, a socially awkward man with no friends and no girlfriend, but has a huge crush on his colleague who barely notices him. Down and depressed about his life, he encounters the devil, played by Liz Hurley, who offers him a deal. He can get 7 wishes in exchange for his soul. Elliot accepts the deal from the devil, and the movie then focuses on Elliot's 7 wishes and the craziness that follows. I found this film so funny. Both Brendan Fraser and Liz Hurley done an amazing job. Fraser played the geeky, socially awkward character so well, and Hurley was so convincing as the sexy, seducing Satan, exactly how you would imagine this type of devil to be. But in between the hilarity, we are met with themes around heaven and hell, the problem of evil, the human soul, personal identity, and free will. So if you want a wonderful comedy, but you want to ponder some philosophy of religion at the same time, then definitely make time for this movie. In at number 8, we have Seven. This 1995 chilling thriller starring Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt isn't one for the faint-hearted. This is a psychologically disturbing thriller, so warning on that. The story is focused on two detectives, William Somerset and David Mills, played by Freeman and Pitt. The two are trying to stop a sadistic serial killer, but as they investigate the murders that are taking place, they notice each one of the murders committed represents one of the 7 deadly sins. The detectives are then on a countdown to stop this killer as the murders get more gruesome and more horrific. So this movie will play a lot on your mind after you've watched it. It's very dark, but it is a great film, and through the madness, we are met with a lot of philosophy of religion themes around the 7 deadly sins, Christian ethics, the struggle between good and evil, and religious judgment. This movie might not be for everyone, but it's a great film nonetheless, so if you want a crazy thriller, do check this one out. In at number 7, we have The Da Vinci Code. This is the 2006 mystery thriller starring Tom Hanks based on the novel of the same name. This is a fun, thrilling, suspense-filled movie that definitely deserves a spot on this list. The movie is focused on Hanks' character Robert Langdon, a professor of religious symbology. Langdon is called upon to help solve a murder. A body was found in the Louvre with a secret message, and Langdon is needed to help the investigation. As Langdon gets deeper and deeper into the investigation, a conspiracy is uncovered involving a secret society, the Holy Grail, and so much more. This film is filled with adventure. It's a whodunit mystery packed with puzzles, symbols, and of course lots of philosophy of religion themes, especially around religious faith, religious experience, religious language, religious ethics, truth and knowledge. An entertaining watch. This is really captivating, definitely one to see. In at number 6, we have The Exorcist. This is a brutal supernatural horror film released in 1973. This is such a terrifying movie. Again, this is not for everyone, but if you appreciate really frightening horror films with religious themes, then this is probably the greatest one ever made. The movie is focused on the 12-year-old girl Reagan. She's been unwell and behaving very disturbingly. And as Reagan's behavior gets more and more disturbing, her mother now believes she may be possessed and seeks the help of specialist priests to perform an exorcism. This is probably one of the best, if not the best, horror movies ever made. It's really that terrifying. But with it comes the religious themes around Satan, the problem of evil, religious faith, God's benevolence, and omnipotence. As I said, it's not for everyone, only if you want a disturbing horror movie. But if you do, and you want deep religious themes with it as well, then The Exorcist needs to be on your list of movies to watch. Okay, now we enter the top half of the list. In at number 5, we have Constantine. This 2005 supernatural action movie starring Keanu Reeves is packed full of action, violence, and adventure, and it's such an awesome movie. The story is focused on Reeves' character John Constantine, who is an exorcist and a demon hunter, able to find and destroy demons on Earth. He is sought out by the detective Angela Dodson, who needs help investigating her twin sister's suicide. During this investigation, Constantine finds himself in the middle of a crazy plot between demonic and angelic forces. If you want a really thrilling action movie with great battles, horrifying demons, and strong philosophy of religion themes, then this is definitely the movie for you. Reeves done an excellent job in this film. His character was so awesome. The main themes are centered around good and evil, the problem of evil, salvation, damnation, redemption, and sacrifice. A really cool movie with a great lead. Make sure you check this one out. In at number 4, we have Bruce Almighty. Another great comedy film that brings up profound philosophical themes in a fun and funny way. Released in 2003, starring Jim Carrey, Jennifer Aniston, and Morgan Freeman. The story focuses on Carrey's character Bruce Nolan, a news reporter who is going through a rough patch, and after a bad day, he complains to God about how bad his life is and how he could do so much better if he was the Almighty. Soon after, he meets with a mysterious character played by Morgan Freeman who reveals that he is actually God and takes Bruce up on his offer. He will give Bruce all his powers for 1 week and see if he can do a better job. Now, this is a cheeky, fun film with some hilarious parts. There's also a great rom-com type story in there between Jim Carrey and Jennifer Aniston's character. We see how funny it would be for a human to have godlike powers, and it's quite bizarre, but still a great comedy. And with that, we have really strong philosophy of religion themes running the whole way through, from the existence of God to the nature of God, God's omnipotence, omniscience, as well as free will, divine intervention, and epistemic distance, and more. Those really into philosophy of religion will find plot holes and will be pondering aspects of God and wondering if the movie portrayed it well or accurately. But even so, this is part of being a philosophical movie and why I ranked it so high. So yes, if you want a funny movie with really profound religious themes, definitely check out Bruce Almighty. Okay, now we are into the top 3. So, who gets the bronze? In at number 3, we have End of Days. A superb action horror film with religious themes. This is such an amazing watch and one of my most favourite films of all time. Released in 1999 starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, this film is set in the run-up to the millennium, December in New York City. The movie centers on Schwarzenegger's character Jericho Kane, a former police detective now working as private security. Whilst on a security job, Kane saves a banker from an attempted assassination. After pursuing the assailant, it turned out to be a Vatican priest who was screaming warnings of Satan's return. After going further and further into this investigation, Kane finds himself in the middle of the biggest ever religious conflict as Satan is returning to Earth in the year 2000 to birth the Antichrist and effectively take full control. The fate of the entire world now rests with Kane. This is such an awesome movie. It's so entertaining and I think one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's best, probably in his top 3. It's ram-packed with action, there's elements of horror, and of course it's deeply religious with profoundly strong philosophy of religion themes. We are met with themes around the struggle between good and evil, the problem of evil, God's omnipotence, Satan versus humanity, religious faith, religious experience, epistemic distance, free will, and redemption. This is such a great film. It's superb, it's thrilling, and the main character is so damn cool. Definitely one you should all watch. Right, so on to second place. Who takes the silver? In at number 2 we have Devil's Advocate. So, even though I've included this in my top 10 philosophical movies list, I could not do a video on the philosophy of religion movies and not include this. Devil's Advocate is an actual masterpiece and one of the greatest movies ever made. I strongly recommend everyone to watch this film. It will truly blow you away, and of course this is one of the deepest movies with such strong religious themes. Released in 1997 starring Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino, such a perfect cast. The film follows Kevin Lomax, played by Keanu Reeves, a talented Florida lawyer who is recruited by a prestigious New York law firm. Enticed by a lucrative job offer, Kevin and his wife relocate, and he dives into the high-stakes world of elite law. It's there that Lomax meets John Milton, the firm's charismatic head, played by Al Pacino. Milton recognizes Kevin's brilliance, drawing him deeper into the company with increased power and responsibility. Yet, and as the title hints, Milton is far more than a lawyer. His immense influence masks a sinister, diabolical ambition and grand plans that unravel as the story unfolds. I've said this before and I'll say it again, this is probably Al Pacino's best acting out of all his films. The climactic scene is a cinematic masterpiece featuring profound philosophical dialogue between Kevin and John, brought to life by the electrifying performances of Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino. Their interaction is so captivating, it will leave such a lasting impact on you. And of course, the philosophy of religion themes in this movie are so powerful and include the existence of God and the existence of Satan, the problem of evil, the nature of Satan and the Antichrist, religious faith, redemption and salvation. A world-class film, world-class acting, and such deep religious and philosophical themes, a must-watch for all philosophers. So, we've gone from 10 to 2, almost ready to reveal number 1, but before I do, I did want to talk about a really shocking stat that I recently found out. Did you know in the UK, around 75% of farmed animals are actually on factory farms? In the US, it's even worse, with over 99% of farmed animals on factory farms. Now, given what we know about factory farming, it's no surprise that over 3/4 of people agree that the conditions the animals are kept in are cruel and unacceptable. As well as the animal welfare side, I, as well as many others, have concerns with what factory farming is doing to the environment and what it's doing to our health, especially around the overuse of antibiotics and subsequently the rise in antibiotic-resistant bacteria that spreads to humans when consuming this meat. Because of this, many of us would like to see factory farming eradicated or at least significantly reduced. But a lot of us aren't really sure what we can do about it. For those concerned with factory farming, the easiest way to help save animals from unnecessary cruelty, as well as improve the environment and human health, is to donate to the most effective charities working to end factory farming. But how do you find them? That's why I'm very happy to have FarmKind sponsor today's video. FarmKind are here to help. Based on thousands of hours of expert research, they recommend some of the best charities with particularly excellent track records, so you can trust your donation will make a real difference. I love how FarmKind explains how their recommended charities help animals really simply and really clearly, and the impact of your donation. For example, donating just $15 a month can help almost 350 animals in a year. One misconception I had about factory farming is that you have to change your diet to help factory farmed animals. FarmKind's Compassion Calculator shows how a small monthly donation can do as much good for animals as avoiding factory farm products altogether. Because FarmKind is grant funded, they can cover their operating costs and support creators like me without ever taking a cut of your donation. Your donation goes straight to charities that are freeing millions of animals from cruelty, like battery cages, painful procedures without anesthetic, and inhumane slaughter. If you want to help transform the lives of thousands of animals a year, then please donate to FarmKind. Scan the QR code on the screen or click the link below, and your donation will get a 50% boost from pledges by larger donors. Check out FarmKind today, and together, let's make the world just a little bit kinder. Okay, so here we go. Thanks for sticking with me so far, but we're ready now to reveal number 1. So, Philosophy Vibe's number one philosophy of religion movie is Dogma. If you want fantasy, drama, and comedy all rolled into one and centered entirely on the philosophy of religion, Dogma is definitely the film for you. As soon as you finish watching this video, go and watch this film. Seriously, you have to see this movie. It is the perfect philosophy of religion movie and one that all philosophers have to watch. This is my number one philosophy of religion movie because not only does it carry strong religious themes, the philosophical questions that arise are so great, and in addition, it's such an entertaining movie that really sticks with you after you've seen it. Released in 1999, written and directed by Kevin Smith, starring Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and Linda Fiorentino, the story revolves around Damon and Affleck's characters, Loki and Bartleby, two fallen angels kicked out of the kingdom of heaven for insubordination. They are eternally banished and exiled into Wisconsin. However, they discover a loophole that they can exploit. A cardinal in New Jersey is rededicating his church, and anyone who enters the church on that day will have all their sins forgiven. Loki and Bartleby know if they walk through this church and then die, they will have to be let back into heaven as all their sins will be remitted. However, because this will go against God's will, and the foundation of reality is based upon God's infallibility, if Loki and Bartleby go through with this plan, it will in fact destroy all of creation and existence. An archangel is then sent to Fiorentino's character Bethany Sloan with the voice of God tasking her to stop the angels and save the universe. Now, given the entire movie is centered around the concept of God and heaven, there are so many philosophy of religion themes in this movie, including the nature of God, good versus evil, religious ethics, religious experience, religious faith, the omnipotence paradox, free will, religious sin, forgiveness, redemption, and so much more. This movie has comedy, action, it's got dramatic heavy moments, it's got light-hearted moments, it's fun, it's serious, all at the same time, but there's no doubt that the philosophy of religion is embedded into every scene in this superb movie. You'll watch this and it will really awaken your thirst for philosophy. The profound questions that follow, you'll be thinking about this movie for weeks after you've watched it. And not to mention, the performances from Affleck and Damon are so great and just make this an all-round brilliant film. No doubt, the most perfect philosophy of religion movie you could watch. And as such, Dogma is definitely Philosophy Vibe's number one philosophy of religion movie. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help support the channel, then why don't you check out a philosophical novel by Philosophy Vibe called Requisite Release. This is a really powerful book that focuses on a young man's battle of depression and nihilism and follows his therapy sessions trying to bring meaning back into his life. This is a true work of philosophical fiction, perfect for those who appreciate a deep, thought-provoking novel. The book is available worldwide on Amazon, and the link is in the description. But that's it for now. That was the top 10 philosophy of religion movies. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you go and watch all 10 of these films. And if anyone has any suggestions of other philosophy of religion films that you think should have been on this list, then please let me know in the comments below. Likewise, if you disagree with any of my choices or disagree with any of the rankings, do let me know. If you did enjoy this video, please like and share. And for more philosophical content, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks again, and I hope to see you all soon.